Son of a bitch. What is that? A mic? Was Blaine trying to spy on me? Why? Does he know that I have the sphere? Well, in any case, it's time to turn the tables. If I sync this mic with my PDA, I could use it to listen to what Blaine and that stupid bitch have to talk about in the cafe. Looks like I will hunt the hunter. Not a good idea. It's so full of sauce that it looks like it's about to explode. A deliciously caloric bomb. Hey, Sasha?
Yes?
Nice jacket.
I spent way too much on it, honestly. But I like to look good. And this jacket makes me look good.
See you soon.
You can count on it.
Good idea. But first I need to place the mic somewhere I can hear Sylvia and Blaine talking. Not a good idea.
It is obvious to note that the steady increase in the number and extension of our activity must mean a real and effective
Galicians are known to live upwards of 2 years max. Is it fair they receive full pension after only 15 days of work?
Dear colleagues, consultation with many activists involved in the process of restructuring and modernization of the generating element.
Exactly like the one Blaine put on before he left. He's a good-looking guy and a fun tumble, but his wardrobe could use some work.
Says the woman who hasn't changed her outfit since chapter 1.
Touché. Okay, now I just need to get him to change jackets. Those look quite good, actually. May I have one? What do you mean there aren't any left? What about those ones over there?
Yeah.
Well, you're running a shit business then. Truth is, I don't have anything interesting to tell you. Ciao. What did you say your friend looks like?
I told you, he's chubby, really funny, and he's got these huge cheeks.
Don't worry, I'll find your friend.
Thank you, you're the best!
Okay, for the record, I have never cheated on a test before in my life, but it's not like Reitherman is giving me an option here.
I'm really quite busy. Ah, so that's where he's been hiding his notes.
You didn't happen to see a tall, good-looking guy in a suit around here the day before yesterday, did you?
Sorry, babe. Doesn't ring any bells. You should ask Mr. Frank. I've only been working here a short time.
So what's up, Alicia? How you doing, dude?
It's going great. Yeah. So you're running Frankie's bar now?
That's right, dude. And I've enrolled in an online entrepreneurs course for up-and-coming moneymakers. Hold on to your shorts, because this is a whole new era for Too Fast, Too Foodious. Things are gonna change around here. I've already started with that jukebox, but that's just the beginning.
See you around, dude. No, that won't work. No, I shouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't do that. You didn't happen to see a tall, good-looking guy in a suit around here the day before yesterday, did you?
Honestly, I don't bother paying attention to anyone around here unless I have to.
Well, it has changed a bit recently.
Ah, he's not the bull?
A simple cutter to cut very thin paper or plastic, barely sharp, so not worth much more. Doesn't sound very reasonable. No, that won't work. Nice guitar.
It's an original, baby. Maple neck, original pickups, strung the other way round for left-handed genius.
Hendrix.
Who? I'm talking about me.
As Beethoven said, music constitutes a revelation higher than philosophy.
What have you got there?
It's my band, the techno demons from the underworld. Rock on!
I weep for the future.
You didn't happen to see a tall, good-looking guy in a suit around here the day before yesterday, did you?
Ms. Van Volish, I wish I could help you, but there are so many Ziusudra employees prowling the district these days because of the university reforms, it's hard to pick out one from another.
Room swap is now available. Discounts for rooms that have been totaled. Elsa from Block A. I know her name from the posters, and I recognize her voice from her moans. That was a great first semester at university.
You took your time.
I was checking on Reitherman.
About time. The big guy's been waiting for your report about him.
There's nothing to report. We're gonna have to lean on him.
And here I was getting worried that little piece of tail you picked up had distracted you from your job. Don't you think she's a bit young for you, Sasha?
Pitch.
You have the address for the District 8 pickup?
I encoded it. Add 1 to the first digit, 2 to the second, 3 to the third.
What? There are only 7 districts on the arc?
You wrote it down on a piece of trash? I'm surprised you bothered to encode it at all.
This is a clean copy. The previous one was much worse, believe me. What's the matter? Too careless for you?
You're not careless. You're dumb, darling. If you were smarter, you'd have already asked me back to your place.
Why, so you can break my heart again?
Oh, Sasha, jealousy doesn't suit you. You've got to live in the present. Embrace the possibilities. See you around, sexy.
I don't know what they're up to. An 8th district? What's this all about? I knew that spying on Blaine would get me to something big, but the idea of a whole district unknown to people? That's a new level of paranoid.
nice, elegant cafe in the center of the district, a perfect place for a romantic rendezvous or a nice, quiet drink.
Nice telescope! Oh god, I hope Blaine uses this to look at the stars and not his neighbors. I wouldn't want to have slept with that much of a pervert.
It's nice to know you have limits.
I am growing to hate you. You know that, right? A butler robot. It has everything spotless. Not a speck of dust. No, that won't work. No fluctuations in the field. Constant and stable. Not a good idea. Nothing else of interest, and what else there is, I don't want on my hands. Aw, I was hoping it would open a secret compartment or something. Black silk sheets and the hints of Blaine's cologne. Something tells me I shouldn't feel too special about last night. Yeah, that's never gonna be fixed. Whatever that painted witch was saying to Blaine, I know there's only 7 districts on the Ark. It just doesn't make any sense, talking about some 8th district. Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the third. Okay, so if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code. But what's it for? Not a good idea. Doesn't sound very reasonable.
rich and diverse experiences show that the complexity of the studies of leaders requires precision and determination of overall system. Moreover, given current constraints, the steady increase in the number and extension of our activity ensures the participation of a large group in the formation of educational directions within the meaning of progress. Even though we could dare to suggest the complexity of the studies of leaders can, in any case, explain the rationale of educational directions within the meaning of progress.
Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the
diverse
third.
experiences show that.
So if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code.
Effective starting
What's it for?
of the new proposals. However, we must not forget that the overcome.
No, I shouldn't do that. Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the third. Okay, so if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code. But what's it for? Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the third. Okay, so if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code. But what's it for? Doesn't sound very reasonable. Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the third. Okay, so if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code. But what's it for? Add a digit to the first sequence, 2 to the second, and 3 to the third. Okay, so if I do that using the paper I found in the trash bin, I've got the code. But what's it for? No, I shouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't do that. Oh, he's prepping for his exams. Let's leave him alone. No, I shouldn't do that. Ah, and once Blaine is gone, so is the worker motivation. Projects sponsored by the Ziusudra group. We build the future, then we rebuild it as necessary. Is there anything they don't have a hand in? Not a good idea. Skank? People are actually drinking this shit? Scene of the crime. Doesn't sound very reasonable. Doesn't sound very reasonable.
I
can't believe it.
What's really unbelievable is that this place is working better now.
Doesn't sound very reasonable. No, I shouldn't do that. Not a good idea.
Not now, I'm thinking. We should really offer a retail sales for dummies course. That's where most of these kids will end up.
The Sight Locker is a portable storage device utilized by workers to store their equipment, including their safety gear, gloves, and other tools.
The workers seem to have left this behind. Doesn't sound very reasonable. Doesn't sound very reasonable.
Good morning,
Miss Van Volish.
Good morning, Officer Bolisai. God, I am so tired from all this walking.
Walking? Don't you use the control panels for transport like everybody else? You know, the ones that'll take you quickly anywhere you want to go on the Ark? Those control panels.
Yeah, maybe you've noticed, but the one at Frankie's bar is out of order.
I know! I've been telling him to get it repaired for a while now. I don't want to have to fine him for it.
Are you scared of Frankie?
No, of course I'm not scared of Frankie. I'm an agent of the law. I'm not scared of anything, anyone. I'm just doing a favor for my friend, Frankie, that's all.
Keep your eyes open, officer.
Always on the alert.
Strange, this terminal is not functional. A message appears on the screen. Reactivation from Central required. Not a good idea. No, that won't work. Can you think of any location or set of coordinates that would go with this sequence?
I don't know. It looks like it could be an incomplete sequence now that you mention it. But they always have 6 digits, you see, and yours here has only the 4. If it was a coordinate, I'd say the district code is what's missing.
Wow, that was strange. The terminal maintains its quick travel functionality, but it has blocked any possibility of writing a new code, and it has suffered an error, apparently for trying to access remotely protected data. Not a good idea. Without the terminal at Frankie's bar working, it's going to be impossible to get the information I need. I have to fix Frankie's terminal. The code from the meeting is certainly correct. I get the feeling that inputting this valid code in protected public terminals must be giving an error in the permissions that make the system fall.
Dear colleagues, consultation with many activists.
Every time I input the code, I get a new piece of information. I have to continue until I find something relevant, a starting point from which I can further research.
Furthermore, the embodiment of the premises of the program must mean a real and effective starting point of the basic assumptions adopted. Dear colleagues, the indiscriminate application of conclusive factors involved in the process of restructuring and modernization